Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham. So already 4 problems I've completed in the previous video on lease accounting. The 4 problems what we have done are, first 2 problems calculating the implicit rate of interest. Second 2 problems are on at what value the asset will be recorded by the lessee. At what value the lessee will record the asset, that we have done in the last video. So if you have watched those video, then definitely you got the knowledge about how to calculate the implicit rate of interest and at what value the asset will be recorded by the lessee. So if you have not watched that video, I suggest you to go to the playlist of my channel, select the subject Advanced Corporate Accounting, select the topic Lease Accounting. What is the first video introduction, second video on the problems. Now I am continuing the problem number 5. So before starting the problem, I expect my viewers to have a printout of the problems which I have given in the link under my description. So see the 5th problem. Nagarjuna Construction Limited acquire a machinery on lease from First Leasing Company Limited. So Nagarjuna is the lessee and First Leasing Company is the lessor. So they have acquired a machine on 1st January 2007. The life of the machine is 3 years. The fair value of the machinery on 1st January 2007 is 12 lakh. The fair value is 12 lakh. The lease term is 3 years. The lease agreement requires the lessee to pay an amount of 4,80,000, 4.80 lakhs per year, beginning from December 31st, 2007. Actually, the agreement was made on 1st January 2007 and the payment will start from 31st December. That means end of the year. The payments are made at the end of first year, at the end of second year, at the end of third year. So 3 payments have to be made. The amount of each payment is 4,80,000. Lease term is 3 years. Residual value of the machinery on 31st December 2009 is estimated to be 81,600. This is the residual value. At the end of the lease period, the lessee will pay 81,600 to the lessor and take the ownership of the asset. The interest rate implicit in the lease from lessee's point of view is 16%. That is the rate of interest. Calculate the value at which the asset should be recorded in the lessee's books. Present value of 1 rupee at 16% 1 year is 0.8621, second year 0.7431 and third year 0.6407. Or present value of 1 rupee at 16% for 3 years is 2.2460. This is the annuity value. So no need to refer the table. In examination, many a times the present values will be given in the problem itself. So no need, no worry. No need to refer the table. Directly in the problem itself, present value factors are given. So for 3 years at 15%, 16%. At 16% rate of interest for 3 years, annuity factor is 2.2460. And the PV of rupee 1 at the end of first year 0.8621, second year 0.7431 and third year 0.6407. Again, in this problem we have to find out at what value the asset will be recorded by the lessee. The previous video already I explained you, the lessee will record the asset to the least of the following 2 amounts. First one, fair value of the asset. Second, present value of minimum lease rental and residual value. So we calculate both. That means first of all, fair value is given in the problem. No need of any calculation regarding fair value. Secondly, PV, present value of minimum lease rental and residual value, we have to calculate. Whichever is least is that value at which the lessee will record the asset. Now, fair value of the asset 12 lakh given in the problem. Present value of lease rental and residual value. So lease rental into PVAF, present value of annuity factor at 16% for 3 years, plus residual value into PV of rupee 1. Here PVAF, here PVF. The 2 different tables you will have, annuity table and rupee 1 table. So here you have to calculate, you have to multiply with annuity, here you have to multiply with rupee 1. So here lease rental, annual lease rental 4,80,000, annuity factor for 3 years is 2.2460 given in the problem. and residual value 81,600 given in the problem into PV factor 16% third year. For third year, what is the PV of rupee 1? 0.6407 given in the problem. Multiply 4,80,000 into 2.2460, 10,78,080. 81,600 into 0.6407, 52,281. Add up 11,30,361. This 11,30,361 is the present value of lease rental and residual value. Present value of lease rental and residual value. Now the lessee will record the asset to the least of the following two amounts. First one, fair value of the asset, which is given in the problem, 12 lakh. And second, present value of lease rental and residual value. Just now we have calculated 11,30,361. Whichever is least, that is the value. The least is 11,30,361. The lessee will record the asset at this value. The lessee will record the leased asset at rupees 11,30,361 in their books. That's it. This is the end of problem number 5. Now see the problem number 6. Malamal Limited leased an equipment to Mr. Always in debt on the following terms. So Malamal Limited, this is the lessor, and the lessee is Always, Mr. Always in debt. So Mr. Always in debt, lessee, and Malamal Limited is the lessor on the following term. Lease term 5 years. Fair value of the equipment 20 lakh. Annual lease rent payable in arrears. Payable in arrears ka matlab at the end of the year. The lease rentals are paid at the end of the year. That is called arrears. Rupees 5 lakh. Guaranteed residual value 1 lakh. Expected residual value 2 lakh. So here residual values are given. Guaranteed residual value 1 lakh and expected residual value 2 lakh. Implicit rate of return is 15%. Calculate unearned finance lease. This is the first problem where we have to calculate unearned finance lease. What is unearned finance lease? Here definition, explanation I have given here. Unearned finance lease. It is a difference between the lessor's gross investment. It is the difference between the lessor's gross investment in the lease and the value at which it is recorded. That means gross investment minus the value at which it is recorded. This will give you unearned finance lease. So again I repeat, unearned finance lease means the difference between gross investment from the lessor's point of view minus value at which the asset is recorded in the books. So two values we require. First, gross investment we require, and secondly, value at which the asset is recorded. When we have these two, we can get unearned finance lease. Gross investment is in the lease is the sum total of all minimum lease rental payable plus guaranteed and non-guaranteed residual value. Now see here, how to find out the gross investment? Gross investment is the total, sum total of all minimum lease rental plus guaranteed residual value and non-guaranteed residual value. That is the gross investment. The fair value of the lease period is given in the problem 5 years. Fair value of the asset 20 lakh given in the problem. Annual lease rental 5 lakh. Guaranteed residual value 1 lakh. Expected residual value 2 lakh. And implicit rate of interest is 15%. This is the complete data given. From this data we have to calculate unearned finance lease. So step 1 we calculate gross investment. Calculation of gross investment in lease. So gross investment, just now I told you, is the sum total of all lease rentals plus guaranteed residual value plus non-guaranteed residual value. So this formula you have to remember. So gross investment is equal to sum of all annual lease rental plus guaranteed residual value plus non-guaranteed residual value. Now sum of all lease rental. So annual lease rental how much? 5 lakh. Annual lease rental 5 lakh. For how many years? 5 years. So 5 lakh into 5. 25 lakh rupees is the total of all lease rental. Total of all 5 lease rentals, 25 lakh. plus guaranteed residual value. In the problem itself, it is given guaranteed residual value 1 lakh, 1 lakh active, plus non-guaranteed residual value. Now, non-guaranteed residual value means expected residual value minus guaranteed residual value. Expected residual value minus guaranteed residual value, you will get non-guaranteed residual value. So what is the expected residual value? 2 lakh. What is the guaranteed residual value? 1 lakh. So 2 lakh minus 1 lakh is 1 lakh. That 1 lakh is called non-guaranteed residual value. So 25 lakh plus 1 lakh rupees guaranteed plus 1 lakh rupees non-guaranteed. So 27 lakh rupees is the gross investment. The only thing you have to remember the formula. How to find out the gross investment? Take the total of all lease rental plus guaranteed residual plus non-guaranteed residual value. That's it. Now second step, calculating the value at which it will be recorded in the books. Just like the previous problem, we have to calculate value at which the asset will be recorded. So here unearned finance lease is equal to gross investment minus value at which the asset is recorded. Gross investment just now we have calculated 27 lakhs. Already we got it. Now the value at which the asset is recorded is least of the following two. Already 3-4 problems we have done on calculating what is the value at which it will be recorded in the lessee's books. It is least of the following two: fair value of the asset or present value of minimum lease rental and residual value. Right? So first of all we calculate present value of lease rental plus present value of lease rental. So present value of 5 lakh. What is the annual lease rental? 5 lakh. 5 lakh into PVF, annuity factor 15%, 5 years. Implicit rate of return 15% given. Period, lease period is 5 years. So PV of annuity factor 15%, 5 years, 3.3522. You refer the annuity table in the row 5. In the row 5 against column, in the column 15%, you will get 3.3522 plus this residual value. Residual value means guaranteed and non-guaranteed. The guaranteed residual value 1 lakh, non-guaranteed residual value 1 lakh. Already I told you here. Non-guaranteed का मतलब expected residual value minus guaranteed residual. Expected residual value 2 lakh. Guaranteed residual value 1 lakh. So 2 lakh minus 1 lakh is non-guaranteed. So here you should take guaranteed and non-guaranteed. So 2 lakh into PVF 15%, 5 years. So multiply 5 lakh into 3.3522, 1676 100 plus 2 lakh into 0.4972, 99,440. Total 17 lakh 75,540. What is this? This is the present value. Present value of minimum lease rental. Present value of minimum lease rental and residual value 17 lakh 75. The asset will be recorded to the least of the following two amounts. Fair value of the asset. The fair value of the asset is given as 20 lakh. Or present value of minimum lease rental. Present value of minimum lease rental is 17 lakh 75,000. Whichever is least, that is the value at which it will be recorded. The least is 17 lakh 75,540. The asset will be recorded at rupees 17 lakh 75,540. Now unearned finance lease, the formula already I have written here. Gross investment minus value at which the asset is recorded. So gross investment 27 lakhs. And the value at which it will be recorded 17 lakh 75,540. Subtract 9 lakh 24,460. 9 lakh 24,460. This is called unearned finance lease. Unearned finance lease 9 lakh 24,460. Here notes. Guaranteed residual value 1 lakh rupees given in the problem. Non-guaranteed residual value is equal to expected residual value minus guaranteed residual value. From expected residual value, deduct the guaranteed residual value. We'll get non-guaranteed residual value. That's it. So this is the end of problem number 6. So totally 6 problems we have completed so far. Come on, see the 7th problem. 7th short problem I am reading out. Messrs. Saurish Limited has taken an equipment on finance lease for 3 years from Messrs. Jishnudeep Limited and pays an annual rental of rupees 3 lakh. So Messrs. Saurish Limited is the lessee. They have taken the asset on lease from the lessor, Messrs. Jishnudeep Limited. 3 years is the lease term and the annual lease rental is 3 lakh rupees. The equipment is recorded in the books of Messrs. Saurish Limited at rupees 7,06,476. The value at which the asset is recorded in the books of the lessee is 7,06,476 and will have a realizable value of 51,000 at the end of 3 years. At the expiry of the lease term, the residual value is 51,000. The cost of capital of Messrs. Saurish Limited is 16%. This is the implicit rate of interest. Break up the lease rental of 3 lakh rupees into finance charges and repayment reduction in liability. That means every year lease rental is paid 3 lakh rupees. In this 3 lakh rupees, interest and principal repayment both are included. 3 lakh rupees includes finance charges and repayment of principal. So we have to segregate how much is the interest and how much is the principal repayment in each of the lease rental. In 3 lakh rupees, how much is finance charges and how much is the principal repayment. That's what we have to find out. So here you see calculation of finance charges. This type of problems will be asked in examination in short questions. So we have to break up the total lease rental into finance charges and reduction in liability. First column outstanding balance. Second column interest at the rate of 16%. Third principal annual lease rental. Then principal repayment, principal amount, outstanding balance at the end of the year. These are the columns we require. First of all, what is the value at which the asset is recorded in the books of the lessee? 7,06,476. On this amount, interest will be paid at the rate of 16%. So calculate 16% of 706,476. You will get 1,13,036. This is the interest charges or finance charges for the first year. Now principal repayment, annual rental, lease rental. So annual lease rental is 3 lakh rupees given in the problem. So first year 3 lakh rupees are paid. In this 3 lakh rupees, how much are the finance charges? 1,13,036. So subtract 3 lakh minus 1,13,036. The balance is 1,86,964. This is the principal repayment. So in the total 3 lakh rupees of lease rental, it includes 1,13,036 as the interest charges and 1,86,964 as the principal repayment. That's what it is asking you, to break up the total lease rental into finance charges and principal repayment. So in this 3 lakh, 1,13,036 is the finance charges and 1,86,964 is the principal repayment. Now what is the outstanding balance at the end of the year? At the beginning of the year, what is the balance? 7,06,476. This is the balance at the beginning of the year. During the year, at the end of the year, how much principal is repaid? Principal amount is 1,86,964. So 706,476 minus 186,964. So you will get the outstanding balance at the end of the year, 5,19,512. The beginning of the year amount outstanding liability was this much. End of the year, the liability is 5,19,512. The closing balance of first year will become opening balance for the second year. Now I am in the second year. So this 5,19,512 will be beginning, opening balance. Now on this amount, 16% is the rate of interest. So 16% of 5,19,512, 83,122. So lease rental annual paid 3 lakh. In this 3 lakh, 83,122 are the interest charges. Subtract 3 lakh minus 83,122. How much is the principal amount? 2,16,878. This is the principal. We have bifurcated the 3 lakh rupees into finance charges and principal repayment. Now end of the year, how much? Beginning of the year, 5,19,512. How much principal amount repaid? 2,16,878. Deduct 519, 512 minus 216, 878, 302, 634. This is the outstanding balance at the end of second year. So at the end of second year will become opening for the third year. So third year 302, 634. On this again you calculate 16%. So 16% of 302, 634. You will get 48,421. 48,421 are the finance charges for the third year. Right? Total lease rental paid 3 lakh. So 3 lakh mein 48,421 is the finance charges minus 3 lakh minus 48,421. The principal repayment 251,579. This is the principal repayment. Now subtract 3,02,634 minus 2,51,579. The closing balance is 51,055. Now take it here. That's it. Because only 3 years is the lease term. So first year, second year, third year. Over. Completed. So it is asking you what are the finance charges for the first year, second year, third year. First year finance charges 1,13,036. Second year finance charges 83,122. Third year finance charges 48,421. That's it. This is the problem of calculating the finance charges in each of the lease rental. That's it. Now, 8th is the last and final short problem on lease accounting. See the 8th problem. Messrs. Kondal Limited has taken an equipment on lease for 5 years from Messrs. Aspan Limited. So Kondal is the lessee and Aspan is the lessor. The lease term 5 years. The equipment is recorded in the books of Kondal Limited at rupees 5 lakh. This is the value at which the asset is recorded, 5 lakh. And will have negligible realizable value at the end of 5 years. No realizable value. Then the annual lease charges of rupees 1,20,000. Annual lease rental 1,20,000. So every year 1,20,000 rupees have to be paid. Are payable in advance. The new point in this problem. Previous problem, lease rental was paid at the end of the year. But in this problem, the lease rentals are payable in advance. In advance. That means first installment will be paid on signing the agreement. On signing the agreement, first amount will be paid. First lease rental will be paid, 1,20,000. The cost of capital of Messrs. Kondal Limited is 10%. There is a printing mistake in the problem. In the problem, it is given as 15%. Cut it, make it 10%. The rate of interest is 10%. Break up the lease rental of 1,20,000 into finance charges and reduction in liability. Exactly similar to the previous problem. We have to make a breakup of 1,20,000 lease rental into finance charges and reduction in liability. Means principal repayment. We have to bifurcate the lease rental into finance charges and principal repayment. That's it. The only new point in this problem is the lease rentals are paid in advance. That's why we have to start from 0 year. 0 year means at the time of signing the agreement. At the time of signing the agreement, it is called 0 year. At the end of first year, 1. At the end of second year, 2. At the end of third year, 3. Like that. So at the end of fourth year, is the 5th installment. Because 0 year, first installment. First year, second installment. Second year, third installment. Third year, fourth installment. Fourth year, 5th installment. The 5 lease rentals have to be paid. Right? Now, calculation of finance charges. Year 0. 0 year means at the time of signing the agreement. At the time of signing the agreement itself, first lease rental has to be paid. How much is the value at which it will be recorded? Outstanding amount 5 lakh. The value at which the asset is recorded is 5 lakh. So this is the outstanding amount at the beginning, at the time of signing the agreement. Interest charges 0. Because we are making the payment at the time of signing the agreement, no interest charges. Interest charges will arise at the end of first year, at the end of second year, at the end of third year, like that. Now, beginning of the year, at the time of signing the agreement, no interest charges, 0. That means lease rental paid is 1,20,000. Lease rental is 1,20,000 paid at 0 year, right? So complete 1,20,000 is the principal repayment or reduction in liability because there is no interest charges. There are no interest charges. So whatever 1,20,000 is paid, that 1,20,000 is the principal repayment. Principal repayment, 1,20,000. Now 5 lakh minus 1,20,000, 3,80,000 is the outstanding balance. Now we'll come to the first year. First year, 3,80,000 will be taken as the beginning. First year beginning, 3,80,000. 38,000 is the interest. It is given in the problem. 10% is the rate of interest. So 10% of 3,80,000, 38,000. Lease rental 1,20,000. In this 1,20,000, interest charges are 38,000. So 1,20,000 minus 38,000, you'll get 82,000. 82,000 is the principal repayment, reduction in liability. Now, beginning of the year, how much is the principal amount? 3,80,000. How much principal is repaid? 82,000 principal is repaid. So 3,80,000 minus 82,000, 2,98,000 is the closing outstanding balance. Now, first year closing will become second year opening. So 2,98,000 will be taken here, second year. Now again 10% of 2,98,000, 29,800. Now lease rental paid 1,20,000 every year, 1,20,000. So in this 1,20,000, how much is the interest charges? 29,800. Subtract 1,20,000 minus 29,800, 90,200 is the principal repayment. Principal repayment, reduction in liability. Now subtract 2,98,000 minus 90,200, 2,07,800 is the outstanding liability. Principal amount outstanding at the end of second year. Now this will become beginning of third year. 2,07,800 is the outstanding balance at the beginning of third year. On this 10% is the rate of interest. 20,780 is the amount of interest. Lease rental paid 1,20,000. So in 1,20,000, 20,780 is the interest. Subtract 1,20,000 minus 2,780, 99,220 is the principal repayment. Now subtract 2,07,800 minus 99,220, 1,08,580 is the closing outstanding balance at the end of third year. Now this will be taken at the beginning of fourth year. 1,08,580 I have brought on here. Now again 10% of 1,08,580, 10,858. These are the interest charges. Installment paid, lease rental paid 1,20,000. So in 1,20,000, 10,858 is the interest. Subtract 1,20,000 minus 10,858, 1,09,142. This is the principal repayment. Principal repayment. So how much is the amount? 1,08,580 minus 1,09,142. You are getting negative outstanding balance. Outstanding balance is not there, negligible. So negligible amount given in the problem. So minus 750, minus 562. So minus 562 fifth year. Fifth year we don't have any balance. So ultimately it is asking you in each lease rental how much are the interest charges and how much are the principal repayment. That's what question is. How much are the finance charges and how much principal repayment in each of the lease rental. The lease rental are paid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lease rentals are paid. The first lease rental is paid at 0 year. At 0 year, no interest charges. For first year, interest charges are 38,000. Second year, 29,800. Third year, 20,780. Third year, 10,858. These are the finance charges. And the repayment of principal, 0 year, 1,20,000. First year, 82,000. Second year, 90,200. Third year, 99,220. Last fourth year, 1,09,142. That's it. So this is the end of 8th problem. And these 8 problems are the short problems in this lease accounting. We have completed all short problems. In the next video, I am going to explain you the long problems, main problems on lease accounting. So if you are satisfied with my lecture, give a like to the video. Share it, share my channel in your group, in your friend circle, so that more students can watch the video and gain the knowledge. Give your comments on these lectures, and lastly, don't forget to subscribe my channel if you have not yet subscribed. We'll continue the main problem in the next video.